Hello and welcome to the latest Lukozer retro game review video. And for this one it is Xenon for the Commodore Amiga. And if you've seen my review of Xenon II, you may already have an idea of what to expect with this one. This was released by Melbourne House in 1988. It was created by the Bitmap Brothers with a soundtrack by David Whittaker, which all sounds very familiar. It's all quite, it's the same team, more or less, that did Xenon II. And Xenon II quite rightly got the reputation of being a classic for the Amiga, and it got it pretty quickly. So how did the first Xenon game fare? Well, it's now into the demo mode. So some rather uninspiring digital speech and digital image there, but then this was early days in the Amiga's lifetime. So I'll explain everything that's happening here when I get playing it. In fact, I'm going to start a game now, get this over and done with. Alright, so anyway, you are this tank thing here, although if you quickly wiggle the joystick round, you can then change to this aircraft. Now while you are in the aircraft, the game plays like your regular vertical scrolling shoot-up. Now that power-up I couldn't pick up because you need to be in tank mode in order to collect it. But I'm not a fan of... you have to be the tank to shoot these things as well. I'm not a fan of playing the game in tank mode, but the game doesn't allow you to just go right the way through it in one mode or the other. It does force you to switch, particularly when you get to the end of level and mid-level bosses. So this thing is the equivalent of a multiple, which is quite handy on during the levels. You see there that one of the issues with this control method is that sometimes if you're moving around quite quickly, you will change to the tank when you did not intend to. Now a lot of the power-ups will actually behave quite differently, if you can hear me past that fucking siren. Yes, they'll behave quite differently compared to... oh, bollocks, I didn't want that. Okay, well, I'll get that one. Each hit doesn't actually kill you straight away. They take out... well, it's classed as fuel, but it's more like a shield. Weapons means I'm now doing okay, but I am approaching the end of level boss. I think for level 1 it does stay, it's just the end of level, it's not a mid-level boss. Now this means that I instantly get changed to the tank. You have to be in the tank mode when you are attacking the boss. And this is where the game gets absolutely fucking unbearable, because in order to destroy the boss, you have to get your shots into the dead centre, which is easier said than done because you're firing all over the place, as is the multiple that's following you. So there's no guarantee that it will fire straight up. You've got to actually position yourself there, and the way this thing moves around makes doing so bloody difficult. The other thing is that although the boss is clearly influenced by the ship at the end of each level in Nemesis or Gradius, unlike those, it doesn't go away after a set amount of time. You've got to sit here and fucking take it out. It's going nowhere until you do. and it takes fucking ages. In fact, I have only ever been able to destroy it once. Not because it's particularly difficult per se, but because of the fact that you've got to use this fucking tank to destroy it. So it takes you God knows how long to actually get in the position, especially as he's firing at you, and also get the multiple to fire at it as well. So as you can see, I've fucked that up. So it takes you back a little way to a little reset point where you will again have to approach it. So we get the wing, which I'm not that fussed about getting. So we'll change it for the multiple. Heat-seeking missiles are quite useful. But these are some of several weapons. The laser that I also picked up again, is another where it only works for the aircraft mode. It doesn't work in the tank mode. So now we are going to be changed back to the tank, and here we go. And you have to do it all over again. All of its any damage that it had has been repaired. So not only do you have to go through this tedious fucking boss fight, but you have to do it in one life. You have to. I see none of those shots fucking hit, because you've got to hit it dead centre. The actual area that you can hit is extremely small. I'm still missing it, so I haven't got one shot on this fucking thing yet. And this is where Xenon really is fucking unbearable, and it is a diabolical game. It's about as much fun as having your teeth pulled without anaesthetic. Fucking hell. So I can't even get any shots off of this thing at the moment, because yeah, as soon as I get there it's fired a rally of shots at me, and then it comes down again, so it would destroy you if you, and it's just, oh fuck off. The design of this fucking boss fight is just taking a fucking piss. And it turns the game from what is, let's face it, an extremely mediocre and boring shoot 'em up into an exercise of pure frustration, pure tedium and pure fucking boredom. So with this section in there, they've managed to turn a mediocre game into something that is utterly fucking contemptible, and that takes some doing, you gotta admit. So here we go again. I've finally got some hits in, so I've destroyed that sort of barrier bit at the front. But then you've got to take away 2 more barriers and then finally get the core. So it's just, oh for fuck's sake. And the thing is, it's not the first time that Bitmap Brothers have royally fucked up with an original game. They did it with this and then vastly improved it with Xenon II with the sequel. And then they did the same thing again with Speedball. Speedball 2 was fantastic and once again became an Amiga classic, and deservedly so. But the first game was fucking shit. I mean, it wasn't as bad as this. This really is shit out of a dog's arse. But Speedball 2, the Speedball was just awful, whereas this redefines fucking bollocks. So what do I score it? Well, graphically it's pretty bland, to put it mildly. the soundtrack is irritating actually, because it just drags on and on and on, especially in this boss section. There you go, so I've been destroyed, which means I've now got to do it all again from scratch. And you know what, I fucking can't be bothered, so there you go. So anyway, so graphically, yeah, it's extremely bland. The sound, the music is extremely bland again, and very annoying. The sound effects are nothing special at all, and the gameplay is just non-existent. It's just taking the piss. So this game is every bit as shit as Xenon II is great. This scores 0. In fact, I'd be tempted to put this in the minuses. It is possibly the most contemptible, hateful, shittiest shoot 'em up I have ever played on any platform. It's that bad. So I recommend that if you still have this game on the original disc, then format it. And if you have an emulator, then don't touch this festering sack of shite with a fucking barge pole. Oh, there you go. So that's Xenon. Fucking bollocks. And it should consider itself doing well to have scored the lofty score of 0. So there you go. There you go, so that's that shit done with, and that brings this video to an end, and we'll see you at the next one.